Crews have been working on a new student residence for some time now at UBC. And if you took a look at it a few months ago, there wasn't a whole lot to see. Looks like a pretty normal building. But the Brock Commons student residence is being billed as a game changer because the 18-story structure is mostly wood. Apparently, it'll be the tallest of its kind in the world. Now, our Tina Lovegreen actually managed to get a tour of this building, and so you saw this whole thing up and down.
That's right. Despite the construction being ahead of schedule by 4 months, we had to take the stairs. We had to climb the concrete stairs because the elevator wasn't ready. And so we climbed the stairs. We finally got to a floor where you got to see a lot of exposed wood. The ceilings, you could see the wood. The pillars were wood, and this will eventually be covered up, but they deliberately left it for us to be able to see.
Right. So, and so it is a combination of wood, I guess steel, concrete, but mostly wood is the idea.
That's right.
And why use so much wood?
Well, they say that using wood is more sustainable than using, let's say, concrete or steel, because using wood for construction, it takes less greenhouse gas emission. It releases less greenhouse gas emission than, let's say, if you were to manufacture concrete or steel for construction purposes. And also they say it's more efficient and faster.
Construction process was very efficient. First of all, it was much faster than typical construction. We were able to build the wood structure in 9.5 weeks, probably cutting about half the time off what it would take to do a normal building. So that's one aspect of it. There was very little waste generated during the construction because all of the components were prefabricated.
But I guess the next question is it safe? Because I look at this photo, it looks like a bunch of matchsticks, right? that the building is made out of.
Fair enough.
Is it fire resistant?
It is. So this isn't your typical 2x4 piece of lumber. This is actually engineered wood. So what they do is, with the help of technology, they take the wood, they tear it apart, break it down, and then glue it back together. So it's actually strong enough to go this far up. It's as strong, almost as strong as steel. And
structurally, it is
structurally,
that strong.
It is. Yeah, and I want you to listen to the architect explain why.
With engineered wood products, we know exactly how, we know every little bit, we know exactly how it's going to perform structurally, and with having it combined together, joined together through special joinery and glues, that it becomes a more robust structural product. And then we can build higher with wood.
And so in terms of the fire resistance, though, I get that it's a different piece of wood. Is it fire resistant?
Yeah, and so they have the technology puts fire retardants inside the wood, and they actually have to wrap it with gypsum drywall here to be able to meet the codes in BC to be able to, again, add to that fire resistance and fire.
So if this is sort of being touted as the way of the future, why is it that we don't see more buildings built this way?
Good question, and I did ask them, and part of it is that building codes in BC and majority of Canadian cities don't allow for mostly wood buildings to go up more than 4 or 5 stories. This was an exception, and if they do, they have to cover it up with drywalls, 2 to 3 layers of this gypsum drywall to meet those codes, and also it's more expensive. This project came in at $51.5 million. If they'd done it the traditional old school way, it would have saved them $4 million. Wow.
Okay, so I guess to legislators then, they have to still prove their case that this is the way to go.
Correct. That's
Tina
right.
Lovegreen, thanks so much.
You're welcome.